Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're taking a look at the PP-29 in Battlefield 2042, which is one of the best guns available right now. I'm going to tell you why that is and give you a mini review and guide for the weapon, along with some tips that might just help you out. If you enjoy the video, give it a like and subscribe for more content, it really helps me out. Let's get into it. The PP-29 is the second SMG available in Battlefield 2042, but one of the best weapons in the game, mainly for one big reason. It's very accurate and your shots with it go where they're supposed to. They don't with most other weapons in the game, which is why you'll find a ton of players running around using this gun, and it's become one of the main meta guns to choose from. First off, let's take a quick look at the stats and then we'll see how well it performs at close, mid and long range distances. The PP-29 is a highly mobile gun, being an SMG, and it has a magazine capacity of 53 rounds, which is more than enough to kill multiple enemies easily. It doesn't have the highest damage, but you'll find it actually does hit hard enough to down most players within just 1 or 2 seconds, even if they're a bit further away. It doesn't really feel weak at all, even though it has less damage than most other guns. When you get to really long ranges, you will notice this a lot more, but we'll get into that later in the video. It has a decent rate of fire at 650 rounds per minute and very little recoil, especially compared to ARs like the M5A3 or the AK-24. When it comes to close ranges, you'll find the PP-29 easy to get kills with without much effort. Even if you don't aim down sight, you'll be able to get kills pretty easily because it's quite accurate and it has a high capacity magazine. You can kill a few enemies at a time if you land your shots without having to reload, which is great and a bit more difficult to do with other guns like the AK-24 or SCAR-L. This really is one of the biggest pros of using this gun and will help you a lot when there's more than one enemy you need to kill at a time. If an enemy's right in front of you, you can just pray and spray for the most part and aim down sights for those a bit further away. When it comes to mid ranges, this is where the PP-29 is also really good. You'll kill enemies pretty easily as long as you're aiming well and your shots will go where they're supposed to. This is unlike many other weapons in the game because there's little to no bloom or shot inaccuracy here with this gun. It's not built into it like it is with many of the other guns in the game. I'd recommend using the standard red dot or hollow sights, but you could go for a more magnified scope if you'd like, and it can definitely help with enemies that are a bit further away. The problem with using a more magnified scope though is it does become a lot harder to kill enemies that aren't too close, but also aren't far away. It's a lot easier to do this with a hollow or red dot scope than it is with one more magnified, and I'd say the red dot or hollow scopes are the best for this gun overall. If you're planning on killing enemies at long distances, I wouldn't really recommend using the PP-29 above other weapons as it's not really all that powerful, and while your shots will land without a problem if you know what you're doing, the damage is a lot lower than other guns more suited for long range, and it will be harder to get a lot of kills, as you'll need to land more shots to take an enemy down. It can be used and you'll still be able to do well with it and get a lot of kills, but it's not ideal for long ranges, and even with the current issues with bloom and hit accuracy in the game right now, I would still pick a DMR, sniper or even an assault rifle for long distance fights over the PP-29. If you do try to kill enemies from a distance though, it'll be best to use a scope with a higher magnification, and there are quite a few for this gun, even though it's an SMG. You'll want to go prone where possible, which will help with accuracy and recoil, and take 1 to 2 or even 2 to 3 shots at a time, depending on how far away the enemy is. You could also go for the extended barrel attachment, which will help a lot. Though I'd usually recommend using this gun for close to mid ranges and would use a suppressor myself, if you're going to use it for long distances a lot, the extended barrel will really make this gun a lot more effective. When killing enemies, especially at close to mid ranges or when there are a lot of them around, remember that you don't have to reload after every kill. Only reload when it's safe, as you have 53 rounds with this gun. If you reload right away after every kill, you'll often find yourself getting killed yourself by another enemy while you reload. Going into the best attachments, I'd say that if you're going to be using this gun mainly for close ranges, I'd recommend either of the two suppressors, since they both have exactly the same stats for some reason, a short range optic of your choice, and high power ammunition, which will negatively impact the gun's recoil control, rate of fire, and reload speed, but increase the range, damage, and accuracy. I think this is the best setup to go for when considering all the options available. If you're going to be using this gun mainly for mid to long range distances though, I'd recommend using a magnified scope of your choice along with the extended barrel, which reduces your rate of fire a bit but increases the bullet velocity, making it better for shooting enemies at longer distances. I'd still say it's best to use another weapon for longer distances, but if you're happy with using this for a better close range experience and having the longer range attachments ready to go with the plus system for when they're needed, this would be a great setup. Overall, I'd say the PP-29 is one of the best weapons available right now and is versatile enough for most types of fights you'll get into, especially if you're playing the objective and getting right into the fight. If you're a player that wants to hang back more and kill enemies off from a distance, you'd be best with a sniper or other long-range weapon, but you'll still be able to hold your own using this gun. This is probably the best weapon available right now for close to mid-range distances, and I'd recommend trying it out if you haven't already. For those who might just want to see a bit more gameplay, I'll leave a few clips at the end of the video. That's all for this video guys. I hope it helped some of you out there, and let me know if you have any questions. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content, as it really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Degrees, 90 meters away from my position. Marking danger. Threat marked, 300 degrees, about 90 meters from my position. Keep going. Reloading! Took one down. I'm reloading! Threat located! Southwest!
Allied forces attacking Alpha 1.